this is probably one of the most hyped pressure washers that I have seen in the last few years. We're going to be doing an unboxing and demonstration for you guys of the brand new Ryobi Automotive pressure washer. I've been so excited to test this unit out. I've worked with several different pressure washers over the years, ranging from the Sunjo SPX 3000, the Active VE52, the Ryobi 1900, which I still use and love to this day. And I've even invested in extremely expensive units like the AR Blue Clean 675. That unfortunately only lasted me a year and a half before the pump broke. And I said, screw it, we're gonna buy a brand new pressure washer for that price. So today we're gonna be unboxing and demonstrating for you guys the new Automotive pressure washer. In my opinion, the 1900 and the Automotive pressure washer are two of the most affordable and efficient units for auto detailing that I have found on the market. And I wanna see, for those of you that maybe are on the fence, which one should I buy and what tools should I use with it? We're gonna compare these two and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. So let's go ahead and get into it. With the Ryobi 1900, we have 1.2 gallons per minute. We also have a 35-foot length electrical cord with a GFCI plug. I wasn't a fan of the spray gun or the hose that came with this unit. They were really cheap, really short, really rigid. So I replaced both of those with more professional grade units. I'm gonna put the links to all of the products that I have with my Ryobi 1900 in the video description box down below. I definitely think these upgrades were essential to get the most out of it, but I love the compact size of it. So when I saw that the APW unit was even more lightweight and compact, I knew I wanted to test it out. They did include an upgraded 40-foot length pressure washer hose, a foam cannon, molded tips so that way if they fly off the spray gun, they're not going to potentially damage the paint, as well as a short stubby spray gun and a 35-foot length electrical cord with a GFCI plug. Everything you need from the box to get set up for pressure washing vehicles. But let's go ahead and do a quick comparison and contrast of these two units. You can see our power cord for both is 35 feet, more than substantial if you want to work around the house or if you're nowhere near a power source to wash your vehicle. As far as size, you can see this one smaller and it's also not as tall. So frame-wise, smaller footprint. The biggest difference that our 1900, for those of you that are working around the house, we have wheels to be able to store this and get this around the house without having to lift. So maybe you have a bad back or you just don't want the physicality of dragging around a unit. That is the convenience. Whereas this one, you're gonna have to pick up and lift up, but honestly, this is not heavy whatsoever. I have a bad back and this is very light. I'm just gonna show you a quick comparison. This is the pressure washer I've been using the last year and a half. This is the AR Blue Clean 675 and officially this weighs 49 pounds. It is quite literally back-breaking to lift. When I'm lifting it, this is actually, oh my God, that thing is heavy. And I actually no longer use this. The pump needs to be rebuilt. So I'm gonna be perfectly frank with you guys. I purchased this thinking that if I bought a professional grade unit, that this would mean that I am more professional grade. And I actually loved this pressure washer other than the weight of it. However, it did have its limitations. This does require some maintenance. You have to change the oil every 200 hours or about every 6 months. And the warranty is very limited. If you use this like I use it to detail cars professionally, it voids the warranty. And now that the pump is broken, I have to rebuild it. I have zero mechanical skills whatsoever. So for me, when you say to me, you've got to take apart a pump and rebuild it, you might as well just say, it's done.
That's not gonna happen.
I spent $700 on a pressure washer that I only got about a year and a half of use out of it before it broke. I know some people have gotten years out of their units, and for those of you that are mechanically inclined, you may absolutely love having a more professional grade unit like that. But for me, I now know that I'm probably better suited to get units that are more affordable like this, that come with a good warranty. If the unit dies, I can just get a new one sent to me. And if after 3 years it's out of warranty, it's been worth the $150 investment and I can just go and buy a new unit. So I see those setups online where other detailers have their pressure washer mounted and then they have their DI spot free rinse system down below. And when I bought the AR Blue, I had every intent of having that professional looking setup where I mounted my pressure washer. And then I lifted it out of the box and I realized that there was no way that I could comfortably put this on a wall and not be afraid of it falling off and breaking This thing, oh my God. Yes, it can fit up there, but you've got to put a lot of confidence in those studs. This is a very, very heavy unit, and it was very expensive, and I'm not being dramatic, guys. As this, my gosh, you're like a little baby. It's so cute. He can fit up there. We'll wrap the cord around it. I don't have to worry about this falling on my husband's truck. This thing, it's not going anywhere. I could do that with the 1900, but it's a little bit bulkier. This, honestly, it's the perfect place for it. We can attach that one here, mount our spray gun here. We can have our pressure washer hose here, and we just have a really nice, sharp setup, and everything fits very comfortably where all of my racks and holders position it. Now, as far as our 40-foot long pressure washer hose goes, I did find it to be a little bit on the cheap side. It kinked up very easily, but length is more than suitable to wash a vehicle. We noted some of the key differences and similarities between these units. Honestly, I think Ryobi did a fantastic job with thinking through all the necessary upgrades with this unit. We have a much longer hose. I feel like this is going to be more convenient for use. Being new, we just kind of got to make sure that we don't have kinks. I don't believe it's going to be very kink resistant. And sometimes you might want to invest in a better quality hose that is more kink resistant, but we're going to play around with this and see if it's sufficient. More than enough length to get the job done. Just depends on how long that hose is going to last. But loving the tips that comes with the unit. Really loving the short stubby gun. I think it's really comfortable. My only issue is it feels like it's very lightweight. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to withstand some of the abuse that I put my stubby guns with. I'm throwing this down on the ground all the time. I've actually had this unit for over 5 years, and it has held up beautifully for me. So sometimes it is worth investing in more commercial grade products for those of us that maybe like me, day in, day out, washing vehicles, putting your products and tools through a little bit more torture. Foam cannon, I think this is a great addition for those of you that are just looking to get your cars done on the weekend. If you're looking to do this as a profession, I do think you want to upgrade in more professional grade foam cannons and things like that. But obviously, if you're just looking to get up and running, maintain your own vehicles, or maybe you're just starting out with detailing, this is the perfect setup for anybody that's not wanting to have to individually purchase all of these things. The Ryobi 1900 has been perfect for detailing, and honestly, I've enjoyed it for home use as well. I do my siding, I do my front porch, my vinyl railings, my blacktop. It's been fantastic for home and automotive use. I can get around my home very easily with the wheels. It's compact, it's been perfect. This is a little bit more compact though, so I can just very easily put it up on my shelf. That doesn't mean that I'm going to get rid of these. We're probably going to keep these as a backup, or maybe if I just want to foam on an everyday soap on my vehicles, I don't necessarily need anything super thick. I think this will be just something that we have around as an extra. But for those of you that are professional detailers looking to make some upgrades, I would say with this unit, you might want to consider a more professional grade stubby gun, long reach handle, and foam cannon. But again, these will definitely get the job done to get you up and running. Now, I normally use quick disconnects on my pressure washer to make it easier to get my pressure wash hose and my water hose on and off. So we're going to actually take the old fittings off of the 1900 and put it on the Automotive pressure washer just to get it up and running and see how it performs. So we're going to have to get a quick disconnect if we want to be able to take this on and off. But as far as for our hose, I'm going to go ahead, screw this on. And now we can take this and quickly connect it to our pressure washer. So I used the Ryobi 1900 for years and really enjoyed the unit. The last several weeks, I've exclusively been using the Automotive pressure washer, and I can tell you that there is an increase in force and a greater output of water. I do find that this unit just works better than the Ryobi 1900. Not to say that the 1900 can't get the job done, but I think I prefer the Automotive pressure washer more at this point due to its compact size, the force of water it outputs, the total start-stop, and it's actually not as loud as the Ryobi 1900. So what are my final thoughts after using this for the first time? Well, I could tell that we had more pressure. I could tell that we had more force. Door jambs, soap, even grime, bugs, everything rinsed off faster with less effort. Really small, compact, but powerful unit. I do enjoy it. I am still on the fence with the hose, the spray gun. I think for those starting out, it will get the job done. And honestly, very, very impressed. Happy that with the purchase, even if I'm not necessarily using the accessories, the Ryobi 1900 2-3 weeks ago was $149, and it didn't have accessories that I really wanted to use. So there's really not much difference. I'm not gonna say that the spray gun and the foam cannon and the hose aren't quality. They're, I think, entry-level products, but for those who are detailing, I think honestly, if you combine it with your pro-grade spray gun, foam cannon, and hose, you're gonna have a really powerful and enjoyable experience. So all in all, I think it was a good buy. For those of you that have questions about my experience, let me know your questions in the comment section down below. We're gonna put a link to this product as well as the accessories that I use for those of you that wanna try them out for yourself, as well as quick disconnects just to make it a little bit easier to set it up and tear it down. But we're done with washing this car and we're done with this review. So we'll see you guys in the very next detail.